Fiske Maggie. Good afternoon. Falcha, if you're coming to us for the first ever time. Falcha na Virash, if you're returning. And if you don't know, Smisha Joy. I'm here with you every single day because I'm lucky. I get to be the director of Seach na Gaelic and do lots of different projects, all to do with the Gaelic language and culture. As always, this is a half-hour session and you don't need anything to take part. So stick with your pencils and your pens. I just want to make sure that I can see and hear you. And I'm already seeing loads of people coming in the chat here. It's fab. We're seeing every part. We're seeing the Highlands, lots actually in the Highlands, the Western Niles, Cachula. I want to see Argyll in there too. See if you can go into the chat right now. So you've been so good at that the last couple of days. Let us know where you are, where you're coming in from, maybe even the area you're from. There might be some people that are in the same place. And as you do that, I'm going to tell you a wee bit more about Gaelic. But I'm hoping before I do, I don't know if you can see this. I'll have to stand up a wee bit. I've got my t-shirt on today that says giraffe or giraffe, which is good for somebody that's as tall as me, because today is La Nleigh T Gaelic, or the official Gaelic t-shirt day. And it's an excuse to just wear one of your lovely Gaelic t-shirts. So I'm not sure, maybe there's somebody out there that's wearing a Gaelic t-shirt. If you do, you can stick that in the chat. Oh, the chat's gone mad. I'm loving this. Loads of folk coming in. And if you've got any wee pictures, feel free to let us know. If you've got even some clothes at home, this might be a nice thing for after school. Go home, stick on a Gaelic t-shirt, Gaelic hoodie, anything you've got, and just make the most of that being today. We're going to have to crack on though, because we've got lots to do. And you might remember yesterday we learned some new words. I'll put my hair like this so you can see, because we learned the words cloasin. Can you say that for me? Cloasin. And we also had sulin. These are your sulin. Beal, your mouth, beal, and your strawn here, strawn. And we learned them yesterday because we're going to do a wee song today. So I'll go first, you guys go second, and let's just see if we can pick that up straight away, because we know most of the words in this. It goes like this. Cloasin, sulin, strawn is beal. Do you want to try that? Cloasin, sulin, strawn is beal. And then we go back to strawn is beal. And then strawn is beal. And you might notice there is in there. That's short for agus, which means and. And then our third line, we have it again. Cloasin, sulin, strawn is beal. And then we finish off with an utan sona. Any of you know what an utan sona is? This is your utan. Shout it out if you know. Your utan is your face. And sona, how are you feeling? Hopefully you can guess it's happy. So a happy face. Let's try that one more time so you can put all those together with our different parts and then our utan sona, our happy face at the end. We have got cloasin, sulin, strawn is beal. Strawn is beal, strawn is beal. Cloasin, sulin, strawn is beal. Utan sona. And hopefully you'll all have an utan sona throughout today's session. Smart shift. Well done. Now, I'm having a wee look in the chat right now because it's telling me there are at least 72 different schools in today, which is very exciting. And I think that we might do something a wee bit different. I know that every single one of you can count up to 4 in English, maybe even another language too, you can do that. But I wonder, can you do it in Gaelic? Some of you might be able to do that. But for those who maybe don't know any numbers in Gaelic, let's see if we can learn them together. So we have a hoon. Say that after me. A hoon. And then iga. Try that one. Iga. And if we put them together, we've got a hoon. Iga. One more time. A hoon. Iga. The next one is the easiest one, I think, because it sounds so like 3. It is a tree. Do you want to try that one? A tree. When we put those ones together, a hoon, ega, a tree. And our last one is a ceathair. Can you say that? a céthar. So let's see if we can count up to 4 in Gaelic together. A hun, a ga, a tree, a céthar. And one more time to make sure that wasn't a fluke. A hun, a ga, a tree, a céthar. Margarita, well done. And you make sure that you remember these 4 numbers because I'm going to be coming back tomorrow to test you on them. So every single year, as I've been saying each day, we've got a theme at Seachtain Gaelic. And this year's one is Cleachgi no Cailli. Use it or lose it. And we've definitely been using it all so far this week. So hopefully we'll never lose it. And we're also meeting boys and girls just like you who try especially hard to use their Gaelic in lots of different ways. And today we're visiting the pupils of Bunscoil Condorrat or Condorrat Primary. That's in North Lanarkshire near Glasgow, Bunscoil Condorrat. And they've got a mixture of pupils who speak Gaelic fluently, but others who are also just learning it. So let's see how they use Gaelic in their school.
Hallo hwn y dyniau yn jiw, ham iawn yn Bunscoil Condorrat an yn cwmr na nald, gys fain ymach cymr y fys a chlawn ys y sgolsio y clechgydd na Gaelic. Ha sif se ule ag y bor sio sy'n ufer gyma cwtro. Di fe si fe dianw?
Ha sy'n e gobel yn dwnia nas beca agos a ledigu agos a gobel
So mae ha liorach ge ag ystod yn bwlwch cyntiach yn y ffaclan bys ag yn gydiach yw?
Fi methu ysbelig at my ffaclan agos y kitchen pig di eisiau ar y far.
Ag eisiau nhw yn y hasol chwy cynio sio?
Coeg eisiau.
Ma hyn. Eich gagaf? Cyffeil? Gadidw? So di eisiau yn y gra?
Si.
La? Shem Glewa? So you don't speak Gaelic, Caddis, but you've maybe heard people speaking Gaelic in the school, is that right?
Yes, my fake cousin, what we call her cousin, she is in a Gaelic class.
And does that mean that you sometimes learn words from her and hear her speaking Gaelic?
Yeah.
I can speak to people with different languages what cannot speak English. I can speak Gaelic to them. If they don't speak Gaelic, I can teach them to speak Gaelic.
And it's quite fun.
Yeah.
Richard Marr, has she find tall opportunities, has she Celtic connections.
Oh.
Here Monday last Seachtain, agus bheadh sin rivers explores agus had tall opportunities a bheadh sin cheanneal iad an in classes a fine agus haidíadach has sin ounce a Gaelic agus has sin a fine sin.
Agus yn tanach dy Gaelic?
Yeah.
Stel gyfwr? Stel?
Yeah, it's tall.
Nach Roshit Angel. I think that was brilliant and so lovely to see how much they enjoy using their Gaelic and how they help each other in their classes too. That's really special and that's what we want to do. It's the best way to learn. And hopefully at the end, you'll recognise them saying our theme. We should know now that that is Cleachgi no Cailli. Say it one more time for me. And do you think you can remember what it means? Cleachgi no Cailli is? Use it or lose it. Maheen. And remember, you'll be able to watch all of these videos again on our YouTube channel from next week. Now, throughout this week, we're learning a song in Gaelic. And as I've been saying, singing is my favourite way to learn Gaelic, as it's easy and fun, and you don't have to be the best singer, you've just got to give it a go. And this week, we're learning a song all about a beautiful boat. It's a big boat with white sails and a golden rudder and two beautiful silver masts. We learned on Monday the chorus, which was nice and easy. It didn't have any words. Should we do a quick practice on the chorus? Let's see if we can remember. We had 3 lines, the same words in the first 3 lines. We had Iliam Becco Ilioro, Iliam Becco Ilioro, Iliam Becco Ilioro, Hu Harando Hu Oela. Which hopefully you remembered. Don't worry if you didn't, we're going to sing it again in a wee minute. And then yesterday, we learned the first verse, and that was talking to the son of the Earl of the big ship with the beautiful white sails. So we had Vihgirle, try and say those words. Vihgirle nam Bratach Bàna. Try that. Nam Bratach Bàna. Lovely. And we said that 3 times. So let's just sing those 3 words to the tune. Do you remember we had Vihgirle nam Bratach Bàna, Vihgirle nam Bratach Bàna, Vihgirle nam Bratach Bàna. And then we had our last line, which was Chunna me. Try that one. Chunna me, and then the longer sala. Try that one now. The longer sala. And when we put that together, we had Chunna me the longer sala. One more time. Chunna me the longer sala. And the last time. Chunna me the longer sala. So let's see if we can try that verse again. And if we're really good, we might even go back into the chorus after it. So Vihgirle, ready? Hun, ega. Vihgirle nam Bratach Bàna, Vihgirle nam Bratach Bàna, Vihgirle nam Bratach Bàna, Chunna me the longer sala, Ilian Becco Ilioro, Ilian Becco Ilioro, Ilian Becco Ilioro, Hu Harando Hu Oela. Margarita. And you might remember at the end of our wee song yesterday, I had given you a clue. And I said that we only had 1 new line to learn. And that's because our second verse actually starts with a line we know. So we use our 4th line of this verse, the Chunna me the longer sala. We're going to move that now up, and we're going to use that one for lines 1, lines 2, and lines 3. So it's the same words, they just have a different tune. So we're going to sing Chunna me the longer sala, Chunna me the longer sala, Chunna me the longer sala. Should we try that? See if we can do that all together. I think this is going to be easy for you guys. Hen, ega. Chunna me the longer sala, Chunna me the longer sala, Chunna me the longer sala. And our last line is the new bit. Va stúd óror. Shall we try that? Va stúd óror. And that's talking about that helm of gold, so beautiful, on our boat. Va stúd óror. We'll try that again. Va stúd óror. And one more time. Va stúd óror. And then Stachránirigitch. We'll try that. Stachránirigitch. And when we sing that, we go Stachránirigitch. Reaction? Give that a go. Stachránirigitch. And one more time. Stachraunrigich. So let's see if we can put all those bits together. So we've got Hunna me, the longer sala, 3 times. And then finishing off with Bastur Stachraunrigich that we learn. I think this will be easy for us. We might do it twice. First time as we practice. Second time when we're really confident in how it goes. Let's give it a wee go. Hunna me the longer sala, hunna me the longer sala, hunna me the longer sala, vastur orors dachraunrigich. That beautiful helm of gold at the end and her 2 masts, big strong poles of silver. Vastur orors dachraunrigich. Let's try the whole verse again. Hunna me the longer sala, hunna me the longer sala, hunna me the longer sala, vastur orors dachraunrigich. Magareev, well done everybody. Tomorrow, we'll learn our next verse of the song, but similar to today, our last line, will swap and become lines 1, 2, and 3. So we've already learned 3/4 of tomorrow's verse. Så vad är det you get that? Well done. Please don't. Now, you might remember that I said that every single year we've got a theme for Seachtain Gaelic, and we all know that this year's is Cleachgi Gaelic. And every day we've got somebody coming to talk to us, somebody who uses Gaelic in different ways in their own lives. And today we have Kit Rodman-Orr. And like Callum and Peter that we've met the last couple of days, Kit uses Gaelic in lots of different ways in their life. So let's find out a wee bit more about them. Nisha, Kit, Fesgur Ma.
Fesgur Ma, Joy. Good afternoon. I'm so happy to be here. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. I have lots of different jobs and lots of different hats in my life. I have a working with young people hat, just like you guys. I have a performing hat, but I think my favorite job that I do, my favorite hat that I wear is my circus hat. One of the things that I do is I teach circus in English, but also through the medium of Gaelic here in Paisley. I'm at Community Circus Paisley today.
And the boys and girls in these classes, primary 4 to primary 7, they're just learning Gaelic and are probably very excited to hear that not only can you do circus skills in English, but actually that's something you can easily do too in Gaelic.
Absolutely, and it's a really great way to learn the language. Anything fun that you do that you can do in Gaelic or any language you want to learn is a great way to learn the Gaelic. And I'm going to give a shout out to primary 7 in Rossneath Primary School and Luss Primary School who were actually here yesterday, and they were learning some Gaelic and doing some circus skills at the same time. Really simple words. Suas, going up high on the trapeze. Shias, coming down, going mincorshed around. So a shout out to Rossneath and Luss Primary School if you're with us today.
That is really exciting. And I was quite lucky a couple of years ago. I got to go and visit Kit at the Paisley Community Circus, and I was up in the rings and playing with the silks. It was fabulous. And I think it sounds like, Kit, that you're telling us that you can do anything in Gaelic that you can do in English.
Yes, absolutely. Well, that's what I think. And I think also it's a really good way to learn the language. There's loads of fun things going on, especially this week. I think if you look in your local area, there'll be dancing going on in Gaelic. There'll be outdoor events going on. And when you learn something and you're doing it in a way that's fun, you're probably going to have a better chance of remembering it. And you know that this year's theme is use it or lose it. So definitely take the chance to find something that takes place in Gaelic and have a go.
I agree. And definitely, I know everybody that's listening here is in school, unfortunately, tomorrow and Friday, but there's lots happening Saturday and Sunday when you might have a wee bit more time. So yeah, definitely check that out. But Kit, It sounds like you're doing lots of exciting things. And I don't know if this is going to be an easy question, therefore, for you to answer. But what is the best thing that you've ever done in Gaelic?
That's a really, really hard question because I get to do so many fun things. I love coming into schools and seeing all of you guys and getting to have fun with you. That's definitely on my list. I'm really excited for this weekend because I'm going to get to do flying trapeze in Gaelic, which I've never done before. So I don't know if that's going to be my favourite thing. But I actually have to say that my favourite thing I've ever done was I got to go on a Gaelic course and spend 3 weeks on the Isle of Uist in the Highlands. And I got to talk to people who had been using Gaelic all of their lives in the jobs that they did. And it was really interesting. We got to speak Gaelic whilst we were baking scones. We got to speak Gaelic whilst we were going around the harbour and just speaking to all of these people who use the language every day in their lives, and the interesting jobs that they did was fabulous.
Oh, that sounds so good. And what better way than to do it with scones? I am a big scone fan, so that would work for me. Now, I'm asking Kit people that come to visit us every single day, what is their favourite word in Gaelic? And tell us a wee bit about that word.
I always find this really hard, but I am going to go with the word nionach, which I think is a great word because it means something that is a little bit strange. Sometimes it also can be used to mean an alien. You say nionach, and I think that's just a really fun and silly word. I love saying it. So that's my favourite word for today.
It does sound quite fun, which I think is always the best thing. And just before we go, for our Primary 4-7s that are in listening, are maybe feeling really enthusiastic and want to do a wee bit more about Gaelic but aren't fluent yet, what would you suggest to them to do?
Well, my Gaelic teacher gave me 3 pieces of really good advice, and I just like to pass them on to everybody. The first one is probably the most important, is if you can find a friend to speak Gaelic to. And that might be hard if you're not in a Gaelic school. Maybe you're in a school that has Gaelic in it and you can find a friend to speak Gaelic to. Maybe you're just going to learn 1 or 2 words and say them to someone in your family. But if you've got someone to speak Gaelic to, that's a big one. Number 2 is don't be scared to make mistakes. It's okay because you can learn from them. They're such a good way to learn. And number 3, have some fun. Make sure that you're having fun speaking Gaelic.
I think that is absolute perfect advice. And we can apply that to everything in our lives as well as Gaelic. Tapalit Gomor, Kit. Thank you so much for coming to see us. It's been lovely to hear everything that you're doing. And good luck with the flying trapeze on Sunday. I'm very excited. I'm kind of wishing I could go do that, but I'm worried that I might be a wee bit too big. But that sounds fabulous. Unfortunately, Harsha, I would love to keep talking to Kit, but we've got a quiz that we need to do. So as usual, I'm going to test you on everything that you've been listening to and learning over this last 25 minutes. Only got 10 seconds though to answer these questions, which in famous Loa, you're going to have to be quick getting the answers into the polls that will appear in your chat button. Kesh to whom? Question 1, therefore. How do you say the number 4 in Gaelic? Was it cat? Was it ceher? Or was it cloch? Cat, ceher, or cloch? Put your answer in Inish. Oh, looking at it now, lots of correct answers, which is what I like to see. Agus Vashev Kjart, you were indeed correct. Un, ga, tri, ceher. It is indeed ceher. Smarainchev, well done, everybody that got that right. Keshiga, and I'm not going to lie, Keshiga is a trickier one because I felt yesterday your questions were just too easy, so I had to make it hard for you. Keshiga, where is Bunskol Condorrat or Condorrat Primary School? Is it in Dumfries? Is it in North the Western Isles? Or is it in Lanarkshire, North Lanarkshire? Tricky one. Dumfries, the Western Isles, North Lanarkshire. Stick your answer in now. again. You're actually so quick. I'm struggling to get the answer as quick as you are. But although it was a trickier answer, most of the class, nearly the whole bit of the class, got it correct. Kers, Launrigatua, North Lanarkshire is indeed the answer. I do think, though, this is going to be a much easier question. What is it that Kit teaches in Paisley? Is it Lúchleasach or athletics? Is it Skillen circus or circus skills? Or is it Seolúg, sailing? Lúchleasach, athletics, Skillen circus skills, or Seolúg, sailing? Stick your answer in, Inish. And not that I had any doubt, but my poll is telling me that Kiat Kiat, 100%, which means every single person that put in an answer was Kjerst. It was indeed Skillen circus or circus skills. Oh, I wish I was doing that workshop on Sunday. That sounds brilliant. What type of masts, the big poles, were on our boat in today's song? This is a tricky one. Were they Thu, black? Were they Erigit, silver? Or were they Jenak? Thu, black? Erigit, silver? Or Jenak, red? Stick your answer in Inish. A very, very tricky question, but actually, most of you, we have got Kerfi gets a Jake, or 90, I think it's 1% if you were correct. They were Dachraun Erigich 2 silver masts. Well done. But we have one more question, and this is a simple one. Utansona is the Gaelic for what? A, happy face. B, sad face. Or C, confused face. So remember we had in our song Utansona. Was that A, a happy face? B, a sad face? Or C, a confused face? Stick your answer in Inish. Margarita. Oh, Harshan, I'm quietly confident for this one. Nearly every single person, 97%, got it. Kjerst Utansona was a happy face. Smart, ain't you, Villa? Well done. That was brilliant. But as always, don't worry if you didn't get them right. It doesn't really matter. And of course, you'll have another chance to play tomorrow. That is almost it. So again, stay in the chat, type in a couple of words that describe this session. And whilst you're doing that, let's have a wee reminder of what we've done. We did loads today. We learned how to count up to 4. Can we give that a try? Wee reminder, we had a who, a ga, a tree, a care. We learned another verse of our song, Vichgirlun and Bratach Bàna, and I think we did very, very well on that. We had fabulous answers in our quiz, and we met loads of new friends from Bunskull Condorrat or Condorrat Primary School in North Lanarkshire. And of course, we met our new friend Kit and heard all about the different ways you can do Gaelic. Who would have thought? Circus skills in Gaelic. Brilliant. Wee reminder, today is Gaelic t-shirt day, so if anybody wants to go to our website and download the t-shirt template, you could design your own t-shirt if you don't have one there. Or also, reminder, tomorrow is Say Gaelic Phrase Day, so maybe you can use the word, so the phrases that we've learned so far, as part of that. And of course, if you want to drop us a wee message on social media, it's hashtag Seachtain Gaelic, World Gaelic Week, or at SN Gaelic. Mila thank you, of course, to Bòrd Gaelic for making it all possible, but the biggest thank you goes to you for coming along. Come back tomorrow too. We'll be here again with more songs, more phrases, and loads more friends. Afuam sa joy. Cheery.